I've been asked to build a shed, but the client is also considering buying a prefabricated one online. And I've built 2 sheds in the past from scratch, from the ground up. This is the one I built 4 years ago, and I built another one about 9 years ago, which was actually my first workshop. And whether I build a third one or not is going to depend on the outcome of this video. And that's because in this video I'm going to be doing a full cost breakdown in loads of detail to determine whether it's cheaper to build or buy a shed. So to come up with some numbers for the buy option, I'm going to be using a website called Project Timber. This isn't sponsored, I'm not affiliated with them, and they don't know I'm making this video. Why am I using this particular website? Because they sell a wide range of custom-made sheds in various sizes. Do they make good quality sheds? Judging by the reviews and some of the pictures that I've seen online, I'm going to say no, I don't think so, and more on that later. But there are a few caveats I should add here. 1, I've not seen any of their sheds in the flesh. 2, I can pretty much guarantee that any shed that you're buying online at a reasonably low price point, like the ones on Project Timber, are going to have issues with build quality. These sheds are mass produced and put together very quickly, keeping the price point low to appeal to consumers. So when I see images like this one, even though the woodworker in me wants to scream, why couldn't they just cut this at the correct angle? Perhaps the more important question is this timber strong enough to support the roof? And the answer to that is yes, I believe it would be. 3, could you build a better quality shed yourself? That's going to depend on lots of things, like how skilled you are, how much knowledge you have, how good you are at planning and ordering materials, what space you have available to work in, and what tools you have available. But I'd certainly hope that most competent DIYers or woodworkers could build a much better shed. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at the costs. And for this example, I'm going to be using a 12 by 10 foot apex roof shed on the Project Timber website. And that's because a shed of that size would be a great space as a workshop for anyone who has enough space available. Any shed project should begin with constructing a base of some kind or foundation for the shed to sit on, but for the purposes of the cost comparison, as you're going to need to prepare a base regardless of whether you build or buy a shed, I'm not going to cover the costs for that in this video because it depends on the type of base you'd be constructing. And there are so many different options, like for example a concrete slab, paving slabs, timber bearers, or plastic grids and gravel. So moving on, typically the next shed component to build is the floor. And on the Project Timber website, the standard option is 11mm pressure treated tongue and groove for the floorboards, which to me sounds extremely thin for a floor that's likely to take a decent amount of weight, depending on what you want to store in your shed. There is an upgrade option available though, which is for a thicker 19mm pressure treated timber, and that's going to cost you an additional £275. And for the purposes of this comparison, I'm going to include that upgrade. There's also an upgrade option for a timber base, and whether you need that or not is going to depend on what foundation you'd be putting the shed on. The cost of that is an additional £424. If you don't order the base upgrade, you basically just get a row of timber bearers which sit underneath the tongue and groove floorboards, which would be fine on a concrete pad or paving slabs, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to include the base option as I think it makes sense. The Project Timber base option is made up of 38 by 75mm pressure treated timber, so I've designed a base to support a 12 foot by 10 foot shed using timber sizes that are available to me. And I say that because it's impossible to get an exact match for the timber used by Project Timber, but I can get close. So for example, if I bought from a sawmill, I can get 47 by 75mm timber, so it's 9mm thicker, and therefore I'm going to highlight it on the table in green just to make it clear that it's a better option than the Project Timber base option. For that, the total cost of the materials would be £94.80. From the timber merchant, the closest I could get was 38 by 63mm, which is smaller, 12mm less wide, so I'll colour that in red. But total cost for the quantity needed is £65.34. Or I can get 45 by 70mm timber for £107.64. At this point in the video, I just want to point out that all of the costs that I mention in this video include VAT, but exclude any kind of discounts, like trade discounts, for example. To clad the floor, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to go with the 19mm option from Project Timber rather than the 11mm. And I can't get 19mm tongue and groove from my sawmill, but I can get shiplap, which is a similar material. And the total cost to clad the floor would be £382.76. At the timber merchant, the closest I could get was 15mm tongue and groove in 4.8 metre lengths. I'll colour that red to indicate that it's not as thick, and the total cost for the quantity to clad the floor would be £238.37. And from the DIY store, I can get 14.5mm shiplap for £383.18. So let's move on to the walls. Project Timber wall frames are made up of 27 by 34mm studs. I asked Project Timber what the distance is between studs in the walls, but unfortunately they never got back to me. So I've modelled the self-build shed with approximate spacings that I expect they might use based on the size of the shed. From the sawmill, I can't source 27 by 34. The closest I can get is 38 by 38 or 22 by 38, but I'm going to go with 38 by 38 mainly because building a frame with 22mm thick timber would be very difficult and not very strong. So again, I'll highlight in green because it's a better option than the Project Timber one, and the total cost for the timber needed would be £135 and 34 pence. From the timber merchant, I can get 25 by 38, which is much closer to the framing timber used by Project Timber, and the cost for the quantity needed would be just £55 and 20 pence. I'll colour this in yellow to indicate that it's a slightly better option. It's worth saying here though that personally I'd never choose to use 25 by 38mm timber for framing a wall. I'd go for at least 50 by 50, which is what I used for the shed that I built a few years ago. But remember, this video is primarily for cost comparison purposes. And from the DIY store, 40 lengths of 38 by 38mm timber is a whopping £370 and 80 pence. Wow. Next, we'll move on to cladding the walls of our shed, and Project Timber only offer an 11mm tongue and groove here, which is exactly what I used here on my most recent shed. There's no option to upgrade to 19mm, but actually I think 11mm is fine for this purpose, even though I found it quite frustrating to work with when I built my shed, as I much preferred the 19mm shiplap that I used on the first shed that I built. It was just much easier to work with. And for the build option here, not only do I need to clad the walls, but also the apex where the gable end of the roof structure will be, so I'll add some lengths to cover that. From the sawmill, using the same option before, the 19mm shiplap, comes to a whopping £929 and 56 pence for the quantity needed. At the timber merchant, I can't get 11mm tongue and groove. The closest they could do would be 12mm, but that would be a special order and would therefore work out more expensive than their 15mm thick cladding. So that's clearly the best option here, and the total would be £590 and 24 pence for the quantity needed. And from the DIY store, you'd need to spend £935 and 41 pence. At this point in the video, you might be wondering why the sawmill that I've been getting costs from seem to be consistently and significantly more expensive than the timber merchant. In fact, they are nearly as expensive as the DIY store. And to be honest, I'm wondering exactly the same thing. I won't be going there again. The timber merchant in this example seems to offer much better value for money than the sawmill, but obviously prices vary, do your own research before buying, etc. Before we move on to the roof, you might be wondering why I've ignored windows and doors. Basically, a door or a window can be constructed from the same framing materials and cladding that we've already included. You might need an extra 1 or 2 lengths of the framing timber, and you'd need some glass for the window obviously, but glass is really quite cheap anyway. In fact, on the Project Timber website, whether you choose your sheds to have windows or be windowless, the cost is exactly the same. The glass that they use is 1.2mm thick and shatter resistant. So at this point, I'm just going to add in a few rough cost estimates to cover adding a few windows and a door. Right, onto the roof now, quite literally in this case. And judging by the information and photos I've looked at online, Project Timber use the same 27 by 34mm timber for the roof framing as they do for the walls. So again, from the sawmill, I'd be using 38 by 38mm timber for a total cost of £41.12. From the timber merchant, I can get 25 by 38 for £22.13. And at the DIY store, I'd need to spend £120 and 51 pence. And again, in reality, I wouldn't choose framing timber as skimpy as any of those options for a shed build. But anyway, then there's these timber gussets that tie the apexes together and add a lot of strength to the roof. And I'm guessing they just use some offcuts of the cladding pieces for these. Maybe they just rip off the tongue and groove first. For the build option, you could just use scraps of plywood, which would be an even better option as they'd be much stronger for this purpose. But anyway, I'm going to add an approximate cost in for making those gussets too. For the roof cladding, again, 11mm tongue and groove is used, which surprised me as I would have thought OSB or plywood would be a much cheaper and perfectly reasonable option. But anyway, let's add in the costs for comparison purposes. £410 and 10 pence for 19mm from the sawmill, £261 and 7 pence for 15mm from the timber merchant, and £416.99 from the DIY store. Project Timber sheds come with roofing felt as standard. I have no idea what quality of roof felt Project Timber might use, but for comparison purposes, for 2 rolls of 15-year felt, which is enough to cover the roof, the cost from a DIY store in the UK is about £80, so I'll drop that in the table. So that's all the building materials, but what about consumables? Nails, screws and hardware like hinges and door bolts. I reckon you'd need to spend somewhere between £60 to £100 on that stuff, Obviously it'll depend on what quality you go for, but I can't imagine that Project Timber are using high-end stuff. So I'm going to add £80 into the table. So what we can see when we total it all up is that the cost of the Project Timber shed with a timber base and with 19mm flooring is £2,448. The cost of materials from a sawmill is £2,213.68, but we've already ascertained that their prices are way too expensive. From a timber merchant, the cost is £1,452.35, which is about what I'd expect to spend on materials for a build of this size. So essentially, it's nearly half the price of the Project Timber shed. And just for a laugh, let's also look at the price of the nearest equivalent materials from a UK DIY store, naming no names. No surprises, but it's the most expensive at £2,554.53, which is more than it costs for a prefabricated Project Timber shed to be delivered direct to your door. But what about labour costs? Obviously it's down to the individual. There'll be people watching who fancy having a go at building a shed just for the challenge of it, and there'll be others who might work in the shed building industry or as a carpenter or joiner or even a handyman who might charge a day rate. And how long would building a shed like this take? That's going to depend on other factors like the tools that you have available and whether you have any assistance. But just to put a number on it, I reckon between 5 and 7 days would be a fair estimate for building it. But let's assume a day rate of £250 over 6 days, that's a total of £1,500. But if you ordered a shed from Project Timber, I'd hope that that could be assembled in a day at the most, so that would be just £250. So let's add it all up and see what that does to the total costs. Now the Project Timber option is £2,698, whereas getting the materials from the timber merchant and building it yourself comes to £2,952.35, including labour. And if you like pouring money down the drain, buy all the materials at a DIY store or an overpriced sawmill like I've stupidly been doing in the past. But obviously that's not the whole story, because if you care at all about quality, then the chances are quite high that you won't be happy with the build quality of a Project Timber shed. Lots of the potential issues have been highlighted by reviews that are searchable online, and they are definitely enough to put me off the idea of ever buying a shed from them. So as I mentioned at the start of this video, I've been asked by my brother to build him a shed, but he was concerned about creating more work for me, and that's why he was looking online at the options available to buy. And that's basically what gave me the idea for this video, because I was really intrigued to see what the costs would look like. And now that I've given them to my brother and shown him some of the online reviews, I think it's looking likely that I'm going to be building a shed. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.